here we go.
Yeah, welcome to the main event. Bob Bonner, Rico Block with you on the RMAC Network. The 5th-ranked Fort Lewis College Skyhawks set to host the 15th-ranked Colorado School of Mines Ore Diggers here at Wayland Gymnasium. And beautiful Durango, Colorado. Beautiful day here. We got a one-day break from the snow, and it's going to be back again this week.
This game is big for so many reasons. And not only because you want to win at home, but this has implications throughout the conference.
Throughout the region.
Regarding playoffs, where they're hosted, who gets to host, how many games they get to host, ranking, RPI. I mean, so many things. And we've actually got a breakdown on some of that. And we're going to do National Anthem. We wanted to get back on early, but we have so many fans, Bob.
We do. A following even.
It's amazing. It's so great to have people come up and talk to us. And real quick, we want to give a little shout out to Coach Hoffman. Wish him the best. He's not here tonight. He wanted to be here. But quick recovery to Coach Hoffman. We love you and wish you nothing but the best. And he knows what this game means.
Yes, he does.
Of anybody I know,
does.
he knows what this game means.
Yeah, he does.
So thanks for tuning in, Coach, and our best.
Outright RMAC championship on the line for the Skyhawks here tonight already. 25 wins in the book on what is a storied season, but, yeah, you really want to finish the job, Rick.
We're going to do the national anthem.
We will. We'll take a break here for the
We'll come
national
back.
anthem and the starting lineups from our public address announcer, Chris Skinner. And then Rick and I will be back to tip this one off.
I just got here from who? Eric?
Chris? Is he here or on the phone?
Here.
Well, then you can just watch it live.
No, he was last night. He tried to watch last night. He wasn't here last night. He asked if it was going to be better tonight.
Well, shoot, I watched the entire game last night. It couldn't be on YouTube, I guess.
Right.
And now, let's meet today's starting lineup.
Yeah, we'll tell people.
First, for the visiting Ore Diggers. At guard number 3, Trent Dynamo. At guard number 4, Sam Destiny. Number 5, at guard, Brendan Sullivan. At forward, number 31, Adam Thistlewood. And at forward, number 32, Ty Barr. The order was coached by Brian Orser in his 22nd overall season. He is assisted by Brad Schick. Number 4, Scotty and 6'1", senior guard from Fort Smith, Arkansas, number 10, and 6'2", junior guard from Amarillo, Texas, number 22, Oakland. And 6'9" forward from Falcon, Colorado, number 42, Brandon Lowe. And a 6'9" forward from Colorado, New Mexico, number 33, Brandon The Skyhawks are joined by Bob Petrak in the overall season. He's assisted by Ty Danielson and Jim Wilkinson. The Skyhawks athletic trainer is John Joel, and the athletic performance director is Alan Monroe. Officials for today's game are Curtis Hill, Wasey Lynn, and Lane Hardy. Make some noise, Skyhawks fans! The opening tip-off is presented by the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad.
Kai Bar, Brendan LaRose in center circle to tip it off. It is electric. You could fit a few more bodies in here, Rick, but not many.
Not many. This is
Great
great.
atmosphere in here. The playoffs start tonight in Durango, Colorado, for all intents and purposes. Skyhawks playing for a conference title here. Mines has lost 3 straight to this Skyhawks team. They'd love nothing but to play, nothing better than to play spoiler here tonight. And they're going to get a quick, easy bucket to bar off the tip. Just the way they wrote it up.
Yeah, Kai Bar, he's one of their leading scorers, leading players on the team. And you look up and down the stat sheet, and he's right there in a lot of those categories. Fort Lewis, a little bit lax off that tip-off. Let him go down low quickly.
Stafford, kick out to LaRose for 3. Brendan tries to answer, can't do it. Thistlewood chases down the long rebound, and a traveling violation against Dykema. Hugh Mays back there applying a little defensive pressure in backcourt. Skyhawks again with a chance to tie it or take the lead here after Mines gets a quick bucket off the opening tip.
So most people don't really realize, but I go through the game, both of us go through the game and look at statistics. And
No, you do, Rick. You do the heavy lift into this duo.
Colorado's, oh, that's off there.
That's going to be a
quick
foul
foul.
underneath on Sullivan. LaRose battling there. Sorry, Rick, go ahead.
No. What I was going to say is we go through the statistics and look at this before the game for our preparation, and Colorado School of Mines is not less than 5th in any category, offensively or defensively. Nice. Ooh.
Boatwright got a nice look from about 17. Couldn't draw it down, though. And Mines pushed back the other way with an early 2-0 lead. There's steal at midcourt by Mays, but Dykema, that's Beskind, able to track it down. Beskind into the lane, takes it up against Boatwright. Shot well off the mark. The backside board to Cott. Aquel into the lane, gets a defender in the air, has to kick it back out to Mays. Q took it right off the nose. Now he backs off for a 3. That's good. Yeah, I kind of thought Q was maybe dazed. He took that shot. That pass got tipped. He took it off the face, but I think he lulled the defense to sleep too.
Took one off the beak and ended up converting on that. And his confidence level is so high right now.
1 on 5. He kicks it out to Cott. Dykema out there to defend him. McQuell off the screen.
Another
Gets
3.
it to Mays. Q wants 3 more. That's short. Gets his own rebound. Attacks the rim. Now the kick out. Free throw line a little beyond that. Boatwright. Mays steals another rebound.
Wow.
Oh, Q is awful active tonight.
He's feeling it right now.
Yeah,
and
he is.
he has been the person right now keeping Fort Lewis focused because they are not shooting well. They're only 1 of 6.
Great feed to Boatwright. Brendan can't finish again. He's off to a slow start, but a near assist for Q Mays, who's feeling it in every way tonight. Let's see if he can keep the Skyhawks in this until his teammates catch up. Thistlewood with it there on a wing to Sullivan. That's Dykema with it into the corner. Now to Beskin up the free throw line. Kai Barr. That shot's no good. One and done mostly for Mines. The Skyhawks have helped themselves out with offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. Hopefully they start to warm up here pretty quickly. Scarborough and Sekou going to check in at the next dead ball.
Brandon Sullivan is their leading scorer, and he's only 20th in the conference with 13 points a game. That's going to be short, so everybody's a little bit off.
But they get so many contributors. They're a lot like the Skyhawk team. There's a whole lot of people can score and fill it up for them on a given night depending on matchups. Skyhawks holding to a 1-point lead here. Low scoring affair the first 3 minutes. I think that's a mix of defense and maybe jitters as both teams definitely bringing the effort at the defensive side of the ball, but we're seeing shooters not really feeling it yet, Rick.
Junior Garb, yeah, you're right. And both teams a little bit weak already. 1 of 8 for Fort Lewis, 1 of 5 for Mines, Colorado School of Mines.
Krasovich, number 14 in for Mines. He was the leading scorer up in Golden when these two teams met a few weeks ago. Skyhawks won that game 93-87. Ben Boone, number 11 out there as well for Mines. Here's Cott working against Thistlewood. Keeps the dribble into the lane. Kicks in the corner. Garbra for 3. That's off the mark. Mays keeps another rebound alive. Dembele comes away with it. Cott for 3. That's good.
There you go. The crowd is lit up early here.
And they haven't had a lot to cheer for, but, man, you give them the tiniest excuse, they're on their feet.
You know, we talk about this a lot, about rebounding, and the person who is amazing at a rebound is Q Mays. He comes in, Brandon Boatwright leads the team in rebounding at 5.7. He's 14th in the conference. Q Mays comes in 16th at 5.5 rebounds per game. That should have been a foul, yep.
Cott is going to be fouled by Boone. Boone hit that pull-up jumper for Mines to pull him within 2. That whistle will bring us to the first media timeout. Hey, before we talk anymore, Rick, I want to remind you, if you're watching on the RMAC network and the stream is cutting in and out, switch over to YouTube. What do they search on YouTube, Angela Roberts? Fort Lewis College Athletics on YouTube. You can also pick up the YouTube link on FLC Athletics social media, or Facebook site, or Twitter if you just want to click on the link there, or go straight to YouTube, search Fort Lewis College Athletics. That stream is smoother. We're being told doesn't have the interruptions. Maybe a little better look, a little more entertaining for you folks at home who don't want to miss a minute of this one. 15:46 to go, first half. Skyhawks lead Colorado School of Mines 6-4. Cold shooting for both teams in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, that's where they're struggling right now. Fort Lewis, 2 of 10, just 20%. They're 2 of 5, so both of their field goals have been from 3. Mines, on the other hand, 2 of 6, 33%. They are an excellent field goal percent shooting team on the season, number 2 in the conference, 50% from the field. That is crazy good. Fort Lewis, number 5 in the conference in scoring at 48%. So this is going to be a really good offensive matchup. Fort Lewis on defense is 7th. They give up 73. And Mines is number 3. They give up 69 points per game. So, and we'll get into more stats. We want to get into this whole playoff scenario. Right now, all we care about is a bucket.
Yeah, Skyhawks looking to build on this 2-point lead. Garbra to Mays. Q wants a 3. That's off the back iron, no good. Dembele tries to hustle down the rebound, but Thistlewood beats him to it. Beskin is going to bring it up.
Thistlewood is a transfer, D1 transfer from Colorado State.
Nice. He's got it now on the wing right side, working against Scotty Stafford. They hand back to Boone. Boone had their last bucket. Slashes down the left side of the lane to lay it in. Tie it at 6. Ben Boone, the redshirt senior from Centennial, Colorado, with 4 points now to lead the Ore Diggers, and we're tied at 6. Stafford, he's been more active offensively, almost loses the pivot foot, able to hold it. Now Garbra going to attack the rim, left hand's no good. Dembele.
That's a big rebound by Sekou Dembele, and he goes right back up, never even put the ball at his waist. That's exactly what you want to do when you go up for those rebounds.
What you want from the big guys. Skyhawks lead it by 2, 8-6. Beskin dribbles out to center circle. Now down onto the arc. Gets to Thistlewood. Over to Boone. Boone into the corner. Sullivan passes on the shot, gives it back up to Boone. Double team, gives it up to Thistlewood for 3. That's off the mark. Boy, Q Mays, another board. And now he's going to push it up the floor. 5-on-4. Q stops in the lane, pops.
Short.
That one off the mark. Boy, look at Sekou battle for boards down there. He's kept away from it that time by Krasovich. Thistlewood comes away with it for Mines. Boone for 3, hits that over big Sekou Dembele.
Boone's
And
leading.
Colorado Mines with a 1-point lead.
Boone with 7 of their 9 points.
Definitely feeling it. Reagan Coach, the redshirt freshman, or Cook, Reagan Cook, set to check in at the next dead ball for the Ore Diggers.
Boone's the scorer. I mean, he averages 11 points per game.
Off the bench, Cott lays it in off a screen from Dembele. Sullivan got cleared out in the lane right there. Kind of looked the official when he got up off the floor. But we've seen the officials are in playoff form, I guess is what I'd call it, Rick. They really haven't been calling a lot the last couple of weeks. Of course, we've had playoff caliber teams in here.
You bet.
know, Black Hills State, Colorado Mines, Metro State University, Denver. Skyhawks lead it by 1 here. Cott working the left side against Thistlewood. Dribbles behind the back. Now cross him over. Leave it up top. Mays. Q fakes the 3. Gets taken down by Boone. That'll be Boone's second.
That's an early 2 on Boone, and they're going to like platoon their team right now. A whole new group of players, as well as Boatwright, LaRose, and Obi Agbin.
Boone to the bench with 2 fouls and 7 of their 9 points. It'll be Skyhawk basketball. Stafford the inbounds as he stands next to Coach Pryor Orser there on the Colorado School of Mines bench. First look at Obi Agbim tonight, the sophomore transfer out of Northeastern up there in Sterling. He was highly sought after. Chose Durango, Colorado. Wanted to play with some winners.
Oh,
offensive foul on Boatwright. Battling down low against Reagan Koch. Boat wants to hold. We're used to seeing offensive foul go the other way when Brendan Boatwright is involved. He is one of the best ever at drawing offensive fouls. That time the whistle goes against him, and Boat not happy about it. He's had a little trouble getting going here tonight. A lot of that. This is the sort of team, though, that's going to make it tough on Boatwright. They're built with a bunch of Boatwrights. Jump
nice
shot
shot
is good from Riley Schroeder, the 6'7" junior forward out of Orange, California.
And I anticipate this to be a back-and-forth game. And, you know, they always play each other close. Fort Lewis recently sort of up on top.
Yeah, but those 3 wins for Fort Lewis have been close wins.
Absolutely.
I mean, these have been cage matches. Agbim pull-up jumper. That's good. Obi sticks that over top of Cook.
Be good to get him going early, and that was a nice shot off the dribble for Obi Agbin.
Skyhawks with a 1-point lead now. Mankel into the lane. His shot blocked by LaRose. Rebound by Barr.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on
Boatwright's
Boatwright.
going to get another foul as Barr went up and over Boatwright's back for that rebound. I think it was a legal rebound, though. I don't think he went over his back. It didn't mean that to say it was a foul. But
No, I thought that was a good call by the official, and the ball sort of hung on the rim longer than what they had thought. Boatwright sort of got stuck in no man's land and got the fouls. But he's a good, he's such a good player, such a smart player that, him with 2 fouls is not the same as some other players with 2 fouls.
Well, and here you go. He's frustrated. We're 8 minutes into the game, 11:54 to go first period. Boatwright with 2 fouls and no points, and obviously he built himself up for this game, Rick. But, yeah, once he sits for a couple of minutes and settles down, his team leads by a point.
Yeah,
despite the fact that Brendan Boatwright with 2 fouls and no points.
Yeah, I mean, this team is balanced, and you're going to get even scoring unless Cott just goes off on one of his wild tangents. But overall, this team does a good job of distributing scoring amongst all of them, and you never know who's going to break out. We talked last night about LaRose and the 26 he had a couple of weeks ago. That could happen tonight with someone else. It could be Obi, or it could be anybody, quite frankly. Scotty Stafford is another one that's got that potential, along with Junior Garbra. And, that's what the great thing about this team is, that they have so many players that can score.
Well, this is a team that can match up with us in the post. I don't know if they can match up this at the guard. That's the problem with Skyhawks. Can you match up inside and outside with us? This team going to be one of the tougher inside teams that we face all year. And we're seeing that a little bit in the early going here. 11-10, or 12-11, excuse me. Skyhawks lead it by 1. Mankel with it. Works it over to Dykema. Dykema drives baseline against LaRose. Brendan turns him back easily. Schroeder throws up a jump shot. No good. And that time Bard did go over Dembele's back.
Yeah, that was
nice rebound by Sekou to hold him off.
That's what he brings, though, right? When he gets that body in there and he grabs that ball, it's not coming out of his hands. And that was a perfect example of it right there.
A couple of nice screens, free Stafford up. But, yeah, he's too strong with the 3. Dykema the rebound. Scotty's been scoring the last couple of weeks. Slow start here tonight. A couple of the Skyhawks are offensively. Mankel down the left side. Stafford shuts him down. Here comes Schroeder along the baseline. Left hand, reverse it up and in. Gets that around LaRose.
Yeah, good position by him down low around Brendan LaRose. You're not going to see that very often because LaRose is such a great shot blocker.
Garber is set to check in for the Skyhawks. Caught with it, left side. Calls for a screen from Agmin. Now he goes to attack on the right. Wants a 3. That's off the mark. Good defense that time by Cook.
Fort Lewis just having a hard time getting their offense going.
Cook working off a screen, reverses it up. No good. Tries to get around Brendan LaRose. And like he said, it worked last time, but it's not going to work too many times. Nice screen from Stafford there. Agbim with a 3, wide open look, and he misses that one. Barr the rebound. Yeah, this is as cold as we've seen the Skyhawks. They only trail it by 1 as we near the midpoint of the first quarter. LaRose and Schroeder tied up down low, and the whistle's going to go against Brendan LaRose.
Well, and their game plan is obviously going to be go down low and get some fouls on our bigs. That's going to make Fort Lewis very vulnerable, quite frankly.
If they can get it. Trevor Trost might end up being a big player in this game. Dykema blocked by Agbim. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Beskind. They work it back up top now. Mankel into the lane, running right hand. That's off the mark. Sekou, and no doubter on the rebound.
Easy rebound for Dembele's.
Agbim gives to Mays. Mays leans in, left-handed hook. That's off the mark. Q gets his own rebound, dribbles out of trouble, and resets the offense. Skyhawks trail it by 1, 9:43 to go first period. A cold shooting first half for Fort Lewis. Agbim pull up 18-footer, in and out, no good. The rim has been awful unkind here in the first half. Skyhawks down by a point. These are a couple of teams that average over 80 a game. We're more than halfway through the first half, and it's 13-12. 3 ball on the way from Beskind is no good.
I mean, let's be honest. Neither team is lighting it up from the field right there. 6 of 18, Fort Lewis 5 of 21.
But again, the officials are letting it go a little bit. Both teams are playing pretty good defense. Cott absolutely breaks Dykema's ankles, and the Skyhawks regain the lead. Aquel Cott's got 7 now.
That's his signature move, right? So he fakes it to the rim, step back shot, usually a 3. And that particular time, he's so close to the rim, he just shoots a little 14-footer and knocks it down.
Boy, they're going to need to splint Dykema's legs if he has to do that again. Cott snapped him off at the shins on that move.
Yeah, right now, Fort Lewis 6 of 22, 27%. Mine 6 of 19, 31%. They have 3 personal fouls, 3 assists, 1 turnover. Fort Lewis 2 assists, 3 personal fouls, 1 turnover. No steals for either team, and Fort Lewis has 2 blocks, one by LaRose and one by Obi Agbin.
You know, that's a stat line of 2 really good teams.
It is.
I mean, there's not a lot of mistakes.
Right.
Not a lot of made baskets because 2 teams are playing good defense. I think there's some good communication defensively, a lot of good help out there. A 14-13 lead for the Skyhawks right now. Beskin brings it out of backcourt to Thistlewood. To Sullivan, back to Thistlewood. The leading scorer, Sullivan, been awful quiet in the first 9 minutes of the game. They try to get it to him there. Loose ball is corralled by Beskind. Beskind into the lane. 3-second call, maybe? He holds up 3 fingers, but it's to call Junior Garbra for the foul. Beskind was in the lane for quite a while there. We haven't seen the 3-second call much at all this year.
We should have seen
We
it
should
a
have
lot
seen
in the
it
first
women's
game.
game.
Anyway, we'll get through that, right?
Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, Mines with the same strategy here. Let's feed the post and get it done down there. Try and get some trips to the line. Sullivan backing in. That's an instinct whistle there. I thought that was great defense by both Cott and LaRose. Cott going to be called for the foul as Sullivan wills himself to the free throw line.
I think if you're watching tonight, of course you're watching if you're listening, right? The matchup between, like we mentioned earlier, between our guards and their guards is really going to be something different. This is a great free throw shooting team. Number 5 in the conference is 75%, but you can just watch the speed of our guards and see how they take advantage of their abilities against the Mines guards.
Sullivan 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Their leading scorer with 1 point here. 8:28 to go in the first half. We're tied at 14. Skyhawk basketball. Mays down the right side. Gets it back to Cott. Cott working against Beskin. 4 guards on the floor. That's Stafford with it. Pull-up jump shot. That's no good. Mays keeps the rebound alive but loses it out of bounds. Q goes to the floor. I don't know if it's...
Took another one off the beak,
Yeah,
I
I think he
yeah.
did.
This is
Last time that happened, he stuck a three-pointer.
one of the biggest crowds I've seen since I've been doing games here.
Capacity here, 2,800, I think, Rick?
I don't know.
I think over 2. I think that's what I saw. It was 2,800.
That was a push-off there.
Yeah, it was. Down low. There's a block from LaRose. Loose ball. Nice save by Q Mays. That's good no call all the way around down low.
I'll tell you right now, on this game right here, Q Mays is right now playing the best of any player on the court.
Agbim sticks with it. Can't get the shot to fall. Good defense from Sullivan. And then Beskin. Beskin the other way with it. Has to pick up his dribble as Mays challenges him. And you're right. Q hustled back defensively there and forced Beskin to set up in the half court. That shot is going to fall for Krasovich.
Beskin comes in. Sam Beskin, he's from Tucson. He was a player at Stanford. Actually got a lot of minutes at Stanford and transferred over to Mines.
That's something, the D1 transfers
Well, they got 2 of them.
they get.
One from Colorado State and the other one from Stanford.
Stafford pull up again, and Scotty continues to have the cold hand. Mines leads it by 2 here, 16-14. There's Beskin quickly up the left side, now pulls it back out, top of the key to Krasovich. Down low, Thistlewood, fouled by Stafford.
Well, Thistlewood comes in, Adam Thistlewood. He's 6'8", 225. Golden, Colorado, transfer from Colorado State. Thistlewood is 9th in rebounds with 6.5 rebounds a game. 10th in field goal percentage at over 50%. 18th in free throw shooting. 19th in assists. A great all-around player. And I think this is going to be one of those nip and tuck games back and forth through the whole game.
Yeah.
If anybody can get on a run, it's going to be difficult to come back from that run, at least the way it looks right now, because shooting is just not going well for either team.
Well, but at some point, somebody's going to get hot, right?
Well,
And, I mean, I just wonder who that is, because whoever can get a hot hand first, that team's going to be at a pretty good advantage, Rick, because this is it's a slugfest right now. And, yeah, you get a feeling if somebody can just get a little breathing room.
I mean, for us right now, Qualcott's 3 of 5. Mays is 1 of 5. Boatwright's 0 of 3. Stafford 0 of 4. Dembele's 1 of 1, but you don't look for him to be the big scorer.
Right.
So, you know,
He gets garbage points
if you
for
want
it.
to ride the hot hand right now, you got to sort of think of Qualcott. Not unusual, but somebody else has got to step up and do some scoring.
Well, Obi and Stafford both with offers right now is pretty unusual. I guess Agbim does have the 1 field goal, but Boatwright with an offer out there. And Brendan's back on the floor now. So Skyhawks come out defensively, trailing by 2 with 6:51 to go here in the first half. Fort Lewis playing for the outright RMAC title. Thistlewood in backcourt. Stafford jumps on him quickly to Beskin. That's the two D1 transfers playing catch on the perimeter. Now they swing it around to Sullivan, their leading scorer. Kai Barr. That's Dykema with it at the high post. The Barr down low, working against Boatwright. Brendan does a nice job of keeping Barr
That's great defense.
away from the glass.
Great defense by Brendan Boatwright. Put his hands straight up, didn't lean, and it paid off for him.
Oh, Obi
tough.
tries to feed Boatwright down low. You can see they really would like to get the big man involved. And I think Boatwright's demanding to get involved. He wants the ball right now.
Well, he's certainly frustrated, and good players like Brendan Boatwright are, that's how they get back in the game, right? Give them the ball and see what they can do.
Dykema to Sullivan. Sullivan off a by screen and roll, or bar screen and roll. Dykema pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. Trent Dykema, the 6'4" redshirt senior guard from Longmont. They've got 5 redshirt seniors on this team, Rick O'Block.
Well, I mean, this team had high expectations coming into the season, and certainly that should have been offense. That should have been goaltending. With
Yep,
a hand
Barr
in the
got
net.
his hand in the net on the shot from Mays. Fact of the matter is, the Skyhawks ice cold here tonight. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. They trail 18-14. Good defense from Mines. Nice job by Boatwright to come up with the strip there. But it isn't all about Mines defensively. The lob to Brendan, lay it up, can't get it, but he's going to go to the free throw line, shoot a pair.
Well, you look back at the official to wonder if it was on him for some reason.
That's been that sort of a night for Boatwright. Let's see if the big man can get it going from the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually how you get hot, is go to the line. Brendan Boatwright, terrific free throw shooter, number 10 in the conference, 78% on the season. And this is, when I played, it was either get a layup or shoot a free throw. And we'll see how it does for Brendan.
Yeah, it's
nothing but net.
Kind of like in baseball now. They got the 3 true outcomes, a walk, a strikeout, or a home run, right? The old days in basketball was a layup or a free throw.
Right.
Boatwright with his first point gets the Skyhawks within 3. He can cut that 4-point lead, what was a 4-point lead in half, if he hits them both. Second one on the way is good as well. So,
of course, the Boatwright family is here, as always. Even his dad's here tonight. His dad's a coach down in Carlsbad.
Former Gatorade New Mexico Player of the Year, Brendan Boatwright, goes to the bench with a couple of points. LaRose back in for the Skyhawks. Fort Lewis just so deep. Reagan Cook, Thistlewood, now Sullivan with it, working against Stafford. Dykema with LaRose guarding him, shoots over Big Brendan. That one's off the mark. Rebound and putback is good from Krasovich.
That's just a height advantage for him over a Quellcott.
Stafford for 3, looking to get on track. Way too strong. Sullivan, an easy backside rebound. He'll push it up the right side of the floor. Mines leads it by 4. 4:43 to go first half. Cook to Dykema. Krasovich hands to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbles through a Krasovich screen and now feeds the big man down low. Krasovich going to go to work against Stafford. Backing in on Scotty. Strips the ball into the corner. Cook with it. 3 on the shot clock. Bounces it down to Thistlewood. Bank it up. Can't get it. Putback is good.
Well, there's mismatches on the court right now. I mean, you got Scotty Stafford at 6 foot guarding a 6'7" guy. You got Junior Garber at 6'1" guarding a 6'6" guy. And, down low in the box, they're doing a great job of exploiting that.
Caught with a nice step through. Stops the bleeding. The Quell with 9. But that's something the Skyhawks have gotten away with. We see the Skyhawks give up that size advantage to Black Hills State in 2 games last week and get it done defensively.
Well,
but this team, a little too much in the post, and there's Thistlewood with a finish over Stafford. The other thing I think that Scotty has had a hot hand offensively, unable to score here tonight, so the disparity looks even worse.
Well,
right?
he's really struggling at both ends of the court, quite frankly, and not something you usually see because of his speed and his athleticism. You don't see him getting taken advantage of. But when you have a 7-inch height disadvantage, good for Mines of taking advantage of that. At least early in this game, Fort Lewis down 6 with an opportunity to make it 7.
Boatwright going to come back in for LaRose here. And we'll see Stafford come off the floor in favor of Obi Agbim going to come back out. So I think the point, LaRose will chase a player around the perimeter. Boatwright is going to stay in the paint. So I think the idea here is to get Boatwright out there to give a little help from the basket out on some of these mismatches, because we're still going to have it with only one post player on the floor, Rick. Colorado Mines is going to have 3 on the floor at any given time.
Yeah, and I think the big thing here is if you have a smaller player and Boatwright comes out to double or to take over, you have to have that backside defense, and that's got to be a big. So it's going to have to be a LaRose. And right now, we've got a four-guard team on the court right now, and they've got a lot of height out there.
And we're dancing with who brung us, though, but the difference being, again, we're used to knocking down threes, and we haven't.
We haven't.
Game.
I mean,
we give up a little defensively on size for the speed and the shooting. The shooting not there right now tonight.
Yeah, Krasevich is 6'10". He's out on the court. We have number 31, Thistlewood. He's 6'8". And then we have Boone. He's 6'5".
Yep, Krasevich down there, floating around underneath. Skyhawks looking at Boatwright. May's going to drive, try to get it to Boat.
Pass.
Quick hands down there by Dykema to steal it away. Here comes Cook down the right side. The Thistlewood, and then they hand it back to Dykema. There's Boone with it. He was hot early for him. Krasevich for 3 is good. Mine's feeling it right now. They lead it by 7. Look over at that Skyhawk student section, and the body language is starting to be a little uneasy right now.
Yeah, they're actually up by 10 after that 3-point.
Excuse me, yeah, thank you, Rick. Been all Mines the last couple of minutes. Agbim, pull up 15-footer, that's good.
That's a great way to attack the zone, is you get guy in the middle. If they don't come out to defend him, it's a simple turnaround jumper. If they do, then he pops it back out to the wing, and then that's going to be either a jump shot or a 3-point attempt.
Agbim's 4th point.
And they did exactly the same thing to us.
Came and answered with the exact same play. Krasevich with a hot hand right now. He's got 9 to lead the effort for the Ord Diggers. They lead it by 10, 2:22 to go. High post. Quelcott has it to Garbra. Garbra dribbles behind the back, into the lane, in trouble. Kicks it out to Agbim. Quickly, Cook closes out on him. 10 on the shot clock. Lot of handsy touching. Mays is going to throw up a 3. It's good. Hugh Mays just has a sense for the moment, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, that's a perfect way to explain it, right? He seizes the moment.
Well, and we needed it. I mean, we needed something to get this crowd going again. I mean, we were struggling. And here comes Hugh again with the steal. 1-on-2. Into Cook, lay it up and in. No foul. Orser wants a timeout, though. A 5-0 run by Q Mays, and the Skyhawks are back to within 5 with 1:44 to go in the first half.
Q Mays playing lights out right now, and
Ty Danielson talking to the officials. Can't believe that Mays didn't get a foul on that drive.
Well, you don't need a tee from the from the bench, right?
No, and the official can go ahead and walk away now too, though. I mean, hanging around the huddle and basically Darren Danielson to say something again isn't real necessary either.
Yeah, I mean,
30 to 25.
We've talked about this before. You certainly don't want the officials to be bigger than the game, right? You want the game to be the focus, and
especially when a game's this big.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a big game for both teams. More so really for Fort Lewis than it is for Mines. So Mines doesn't have to feel the pressure. They're sort of locked into their position, either third or fourth.
Right.
It's not going to matter to them.
Either way, now Ty's back on the bench and hopefully can sort of stay there as we play on here. Mines basketball, they lead it by 5, 1.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Krasevich with it to Dykema, posting up down low is Schroeder. They work it around to Cook, and now that's Boone driving baseline. Has it batted away by Boatwright. He's able to get a shot off, and then he's blocked by Boatwright.
That's a good call.
Jump ball called. A great call by the official who, let's tip the hat, that's the official who was just getting into it with Ty Danielson not too long ago. Took a deep breath, went down on the baseline, and did his job well there, because that wasn't an easy call.
This is a long game for Coach Petrick. He keeps true to his substitution. Orser not happy with the officials, but That was absolutely the right call. And usually the coach knows it.
Sure. But you got to try, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're doing it for later in the game, right? You're putting those seeds into the officials' ear for later in the game. We'll see if Boatwright goes.
Double teamed by Krasovich and Sullivan. Going to
That's a
bank
big
it up
move.
and score it anyways.
That's a strong move by Brendan Boatwright.
Skyhawks within 3. Mines had led by as many as 10. Boy, Q Mays almost had another steal there. Schroeder,
Nice
a turnaround jumper from the free throw line. Quiets the crowd.
Riley Schroeder, 6'7" junior from Orange, California.
Again, if you're having trouble, if our feed is kicking out on the RMAC network, go to YouTube, search for Fort Lewis College Athletics. Being told that's a smoother stream there, folks. 25 seconds till the half. 10-second differential, game shot and clock shot.
And I got a message from president of Fort Lewis, 3-point is going to be short, saying it will be fixed by playoffs.
A tee on Q Mays.
Oh, boy.
Who was talking to the crowd.
You know, that happened last night. And he's the guy right now, you cannot afford to lose Q Mays.
No.
You can't afford it. He's the guy that's literally keeping them in this game right now with his energy, rebounding, assists, and, of course, scoring.
Well, I don't know what Q said there. That was a tough tee. That was sort of out away from everything. Dykema hits both free throws. Thistlewood back in. Boatwright comes out. LaRose comes in. Mays is going to stay out there with the one foul, that technical that he just picked up. That is the thing about Q. He can turn it on and off like a switch.
Well, he needs to keep
Hopefully
the switch off.
He can hit the dimmer here for a little while. Schroeder. Thistlewood for 3. That's no good. Boy, another offensive board. And then a steal by Garbra. Mays throws it up at the buzzer.
No good.
Oh, it was too late. But Q dialed it in from 3/4 court. Gave the crowd something to cheer about as we head into halftime. Boy, there's some serious looks on the faces of the Skyhawks. 34-27. Colorado School of Mines leads it at the half. Rico Block and I will be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Bob Hoffman Court here at Wayland Gymnasium on the campus of Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado. Bob Bonner, Rick O'Block with you on the RMAC Sports Network. If you're having trouble with the live stream on the RMAC Network, jump over to YouTube and search for Fort Lewis College Athletics. You will find this game streaming on YouTube. We're being told that stream much smoother, less interruptions. So if you're struggling with the RMAC feed, jump over to YouTube. Follow FLC Athletics on social media. You can find that link there as well. Or Fort Lewis Skyhawks on social media is what it is. Underway to start the second half. Colorado School of Mines, 15th ranked team in the country, leading the Skyhawks 34-27. Skyhawks come in ranked 5th. Boy, there's a nice move by Thistlewood to start the second half. And Colorado Mines continues to play their game. Can the Skyhawks discover theirs?
Well, Fort Lewis has got to address this zone situation, and this is normally a nice pass. That is beautiful inlet pass down low to Brendan LaRose.
And a great seal, a screen from Brendan Boatwright there to free him up and open that passing lane. Stafford almost comes up the steal there, but Scotty will be whistled for the foul as he challenges Brendan Sullivan.
He's going to come out. Third. Obi Agbin in with his third. Stafford having a rough night tonight.
Might be one of those nights where Scotty just never does get going, and players have those kind of nights.
Sure.
Nice thing about Skyhawks is their teammates have usually been able to pick them up whenever that happens to one of their group. Let's see who will pick it up here tonight. Skyhawks trail it by 7. Mines basketball. They back off a bar there. Now Thistlewood down low. LaRose gives up nothing. Sullivan with it now, gets a screen, shoots over Agbim, well off the mark and out of bounds.
Like that little hockey hip check there by Q Mays.
Nicely done. Nicely done by Q. Mays, a lot of energy. Really led the Skyhawks here down the stretch the last couple of weeks. There's Agbim tries to feed Boatwright down low. Sullivan comes up with the steal. Dykema to Barr. Barr's going to back in on Boatwright. Brendan holding his ground. Barr with nowhere to go has to kick it back up top to Thistlewood. 15 on the shot clock. Dykema almost loses it. Now gets it over to Beskin. Beskin into the lane. Boy, it should have been. No call. Thistlewood working against LaRose, loses it. Mays comes up with a steal. 2-on-1. Q step through, feeds Agbim. A flop is going to be called on Dykema. And a block as well.
So they'll count the basket.
Have they indicated the basket counts? I haven't seen that yet, Rick. Are they going to give him?
Oh, they're going to just do the flop.
They called the block, but it was on the floor, they're saying, and they gave him the flop warning. Caught. Pull up 15-footer. That's good. Boy, again, Dykema, just that hesitation dribble, that stop and fade from McQuell-Cott is just awful tough to defend. Skyhawks within 5 now, 36-31. 2 minutes into the second half.
Fort Lewis
Dykema
got to pick up their defensive intensity, and that open 15-footer at the free throw line is something that they've had multiple tries and they've converted on multiple attempts at the free throw line.
Diggers lead it by 7, 17 and a half minutes to go in the game. Caught off a Boatwright screen, then a LaRose screen. Pull up 3, that's no good. Rebound, out of bounds, last touch.
Ooh.
They're going to say either Barr or Sullivan touched it last. Both Diggers look at the officials hoping for an appeal.
Well, the good thing
they
there.
Touched somebody there. I don't know who.
The good thing is it resets the shot clock to 20 for Fort Lewis here to get another.
Cotton Lane leans back off the mark with that one. Barr able to corral the rebound that time. Here come the Diggers with a 7-point lead. A little more than 17 minutes to go in the game. Dykema to Sullivan. Sullivan goes right. Double teamed by Agbim and Boatwright. Down low, Barr, bank it up and in. That's a tough shot over LaRose.
9-point lead by Colorado School of Mines. And We talked about this in the first half. If any team gets too far down, nice play there, right?
Boatwright with the jam, and that'll get the student section going. Great feed from Q Mays.
It's going to be tough given the way that the teams are shooting for either team to get in too big of a hole to come back from.
Beskin down the right side, gets a screen from Barr, somehow keeps the dribble. Nice defense from Boatwright on the perimeter. Barr at the high post again. Sullivan pull-up jump shot. Off the glass, no good. Mays the board. He doesn't have numbers. He's going to push it anyways. The kick out to Agbim. Obi a three.
Blocked.
That's blocked by Sullivan. And then Mays knocks it out of bounds. Last touched by Q. He wanted the call to go off of Beskin, but
Garbra in and LaRose out. So they're going to leave Boatwright in, keep that height down there, and they're going to put Boatwright on number 14, Krusovic.
Krasovic with 9 points in the first half. He really gave him that good post presence, high post or low post, able to knock down that 15-footer a couple of times and also operate around the rim pretty well. 13 on the shot clock. Sullivan left open for a three. The lead 10. That matches the biggest lead of the game for Colorado Schools and Mines.
Sekou Dembele getting ready to check back in for Fort Lewis. They got to get a spark.
Sekou, I thought, was really good early in the first half, but went to the bench and we never really saw him much in the last 10 minutes of the half. We'll see if he can get back in the rotation here. Garbra for three. That's off the mark. Mays tries to steal the rebound, but Beskin hangs on. 15 minutes to go in the game now. A little more than that, 15-15 on the clock. Skyhawks trail it by 10. Step back three, an extra step back from Krasovic, though.
They might allow that in Europe, but not going to allow it here. We have a timeout. Fort Lewis shooting really, really rough night. 35% on 14 of 40, and they are only a 3 of 15 from three. They've been to the free throw line 2 times. On the other hand, Mines shooting 47% on 18 of 38, 3 of 8 from three, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line.
And I'll say, Rick, 8 out of 10 times, defending the Skyhawks with this zone and doing what Mines has done is not going to work.
Yeah,
but tonight it is. The Skyhawks, if they're unable to shoot Mines out of this defense, the night's just going to keep getting longer for Fort Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, last night with Metro, they tried a zone, and we were like, this isn't going to last long, and guess what? It didn't. However, tonight, for whatever reason, it might be nerves. It certainly isn't that they're playing any more of
I think a little more length on the part of the defenders coming out to close out on those shooters might be a difference.
They're certainly not any more aggressive than what Metro was last night. And, you know, it's so tough to beat a team twice in a season anyway. And in Mines, you know, this would be their signature win. They've not beat a top 4 team yet this season. Fort Lewis, on the other hand, has beaten Black Hill State twice. They beat Mines. They got beat by Mesa. They beat Shadron, who's top 5 team. They just got to get it going from the outside. And they can certainly do that.
Mines doing a nice job in that zone. Agbim shut down at the high post.
There
Mays.
it is.
There's Obi for three. That's short, though. Again, the big closeout from Thistlewood. The 6'8" forward coming out and getting an Obi Agbim's face.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of shot. That was a great look. Just unable to execute and knock it down. And that's sort of been the story all night for Fort Lewis.
Krasovic in deep is fouled by Agbim. He'll go to the line. And starting to see a little bit of that body language from Fort Lewis of them trying to figure it out and getting a little frustrated because they haven't yet.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They are 3 of 16 from three, only 18% on the season. They shoot 38%, and hit 9 of them. So they're not even close to what they do during the regular season.
Adam Krasovic with 10 now. Make it 11 as he hits both of them. From Budarsh, Hungary, the 6'10" sophomore center, Adam Krasovic. Stafford back on the floor for the Skyhawks. Boy, he's struggled mightily here tonight. Hugh Mays Pulls up on the elbow. Kick out to Cott for 3. That's too strong. Mays goes up high to fight for the rebound. Stafford with the save, but he steps on the end line.
That guy could see a pimple on a fly's wing.
I'm just going to leave that one alone. 14-12 to go in the game. All Mines here in the second half. They lead at 45-33. The Skyhawk team has been flying high. Krasovich.
There's the height.
Mid-range jumper, you bet. And they've used it to their advantage well.
That's 6'7" over 6 foot.
Cott working against Thistlewood. Shoots over Thistlewood.
Another miss.
It short.
Sullivan.
And that was a little one-on-one there. We haven't seen as good as the Skyhawks can be one-on-one. They usually share the ball. That time it was just a Quell straight up taking on a defender who he's given up inches to.
I mean, this is slowly starting to tick away a little bit from Fort Lewis.
Beskin into the lane. He really hasn't got much done tonight. Krasovich, delayed whistle there as he banged into Dembale and then falling back threw up a shot.
Krasovich has been the star of Mines right now. He's sitting at 13 points and 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3 and 2 free throws. 13 minutes, 13 points, 14 points in 13 minutes. That's great production. Dembele going to come out.
LaRose going to try to slow down Krasovich. 48-33, a 15-point lead.
Yeah, this is a big hole to climb out
Colorado
of.
School of Mines. Yeah, we saw the Skyhawks come back from a pretty good deficit against Black Hills State up in Spearfish a week ago, but Mines has dug a deep old hole for the Skyhawks. Bounce pass to LaRose on the right side. Now back up top. They'll reset the offense through Mays. Q in the lane. He's fouled by Sullivan. Sullivan will pick up his second.
And I think that Fort Lewis, because of their shooting situation, they just need to attack, and just start picking up some fouls.
Put 20 on the shot clock. Sullivan sits down with the 2 fouls. Caden Mankel, the redshirt freshman from Westlake Hills, Texas, into the game. The inbounds to Cott. Quell with a quiet 11 here tonight for the RMAX leading scorer. Drives baseline, pull up jump shots, good. Sticks that over top of Beskin, and the Skyhawks really needed it.
They needed that one in a big way. They're down by 14. They need 3 or 4 stops in a row because that's going to put it under 10. If they can get it to 10, under 10, maybe they have a shot right now.
Quell had 34 in Golden a few weeks ago in a 93-87 Skyhawk victory. He's going to have to light it up here in the second half tonight. Beskin down low for Thistlewood, wide open.
Just a breakdown on defense there.
Mays played off of him a little bit and gambled. Thistlewood made the back cut, and his teammate found him. And now it's going to be a foul on Krasovich. A little too aggressive on the double team on Q Mays. 12:27, stops the clock.
Pryor Orser, coach of the Ore Diggers, 22nd season. Overall record, 418 and 216. Pretty good.
Knows a thing or two about basketball. Caught in deep, looking for the and one. Can't finish, but it'll go the line. Quell looking to take things over offensively and keep the Skyhawks in it. But you're right, Rick. It's going to take stops on the defensive end now.
Yeah, they got to stop on the defense. And right now, Quell caught 6 of 12 from field goal, 13 points. 1 of 5 from 3. Yeah.
Shooters.
1 rebound,
Roll.
1 assist, 1 personal foul for Quell Cott, 13 points in 28 minutes. And somebody's got to just take charge and at least scoring.
Has nominated himself, it looks like. And who better than the RMAX leading scorer to decide he's going to take that load? Cott's got the last 4 for the Skyhawks, and he's got them back to within 14. Boat right back in for LaRose as the Skyhawks just keep sending out post player after post player to try and slow down this Mines attack. They find Barr at the arc and now hands back to Thistlewood. Thistlewood, the redshirt senior transfer from CSU. Boone from the top of the key, off the mark.
Now they needed that.
Yep. Rebound to Garbra, hands back to Mays. Can the Skyhawks put more points on the board? Boatwright got wrapped up a little bit there. Garbra with it now. Boone shadowing Cott, doing what he can to keep a Quell from getting a touch. Garbra picks it up in the lane. Boatwright hit a 3 in the first game of the year to win it at the buzzer. Cott gets one defender in the air, shoots the 3. He'll shoot 3 from the line.
Well, that 4-point play would have been huge there, right?
Reagan Cook with the foul.
Media.
We'll keep it here, 11:36 to go, Rick.
Let's talk about the playoffs.
Yes.
If FLC wins and UCCS wins, then Fort Lewis will play UCCS. If UCCS loses and Regis wins, then Fort Lewis will play New Mexico State or University New Mexico Highlands.
Those
sorry.
guys from the other Vegas.
Yeah, if there's a UCC loss and a Regis loss, any win between Metro Denver or South Dakota Mines would force the RPI breakover, meaning, or tiebreaker, meaning Regis and MSU Denver advance, and Fort Lewis would play Regis. This is how complicated it's gotten. If Fort Lewis loses, they are the number 2 seed, and then all of the other, however the other things work out, and the conference championship would be in Mesa. And you know that there are people from Grand Junction tuning in tonight, and they got to be happy with the results so far. And Mesa is, you got to hand it to them. They have been playing very good basketball. Fort Lewis comes in winning 10 in a row. Mines winning 3. They played Mesa and got walloped by Mesa by 22, 66-87. Last time Fort Lewis played Mines, they won 93-87. This game's not even going to be close to that.
New Mexico Highlands leads UCCS 52-51 with 8 minutes to go in the game, Rick. Oh, that's down in Las Vegas. Colorado Christian, a 1-point winner over South Dakota Mines earlier today. So South Dakota Mines is out of the postseason picture with that loss.
Yeah, last night there were 4 teams with the same exact record. That big 3 free throws for Quell Cott. Lead cut to 11.
Cott with the last 7 points for the Skyhawks. Here's Boone with it left side on the wing.
Huge mismatch down low. The switch off by Boatwright.
Thistlewood. That's Mankel on the right side. Good defense from the Skyhawks. They need a couple of stands. They got one on the last possession.
Well, they're going to put, they're going to run some time off the clock here. They cannot afford.
Boone with a tough shot. Cott saves it into Mays. Wasn't sure if maybe Stafford or, Garbra had blocked that. Cott with 7 straight. Looks for a 3 here.
There
it's
you go.
Good. 10 straight from Quell Cott, and the Skyhawks are within 8.
Now, Orser knows that this is a dangerous situation right now for Colorado School of Mines. That was a huge shot by Quell Cott. 6 unanswered points.
Quell Cott with the last 10 for the Skyhawks. He now has 21, Rick. And Fort Lewis within 8. It's been a long time, but the fans with something to cheer about.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's all, and this is the run. Now, can Mines withstand the run? They were up by 10 at halftime against Black Hills State, went into overtime and lost that game. So they have a history of sort of letting teams get back into the whole mix of the game and see what Fort Lewis can do tonight. Down by 8 right now. Plenty of time left in this game.
Well, and this is one where I think you've got to be ready, Rick, that they're going to try and take Quell Cott away right now. I mean, that's what I'd do.
If you can.
And so be ready with an option, I think. Yeah, that is easier said than done, but I think Mines has got enough athletes. Orser's got enough experience.
Yes.
That he's going to throw a wrinkle at the Skyhawks here, and I just think it's a good idea to be ready for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, certainly you want to try and slow down Quell Cott. The problem is
if you're the Skyhawks, you don't go away from McQuell.
Sure.
You try and go through him, but if they take him away, you be ready to attack with a Brendan Boatwright or a Q Mays.
Well, and you wonder if it's going to shorten the bench now, or does Coach Petrak stay true to his substitution rotation?
Boone in the corner. Thistlewood thinks about the three. Boone wants the three. That's no good.
Oh.
Rebound stolen by Barr. Sullivan.
Barr with a huge rebound there.
Yeah, it was. Beskin, Boone. Skyhawks have been better defensively. Boatwright almost came up the strip there, but Thistlewood able to drive baseline and score the bucket. Q Mays into the lane, throws up a left hand, and he's fouled, I believe, by Thistlewood.
Q Mays, pretty good free throw shooter, 68%.
Barr gets called for the foul, sorry.
And I think that's the right call. You just attack the basket and get as many fouls as you can for a couple of reasons. One, Fort Lewis, very good free throw shooting team. But two, it slows the clock down.
Sure.
The more you let the clock run, it's your enemy at some point, and we're getting close to that.
Lengthen the game. Skyhawks within 9. Mays makes it a single-digit deficit with the first free throw. Q with 9 points, looking to go double digits if he can make this one, and he does.
Q Mays, 10 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals.
Agbim into the game. Mays will get a short breather here. Barr receives in backcourt. He doesn't want to dribble it. Good defense by the Skyhawks to recognize that. Should have been a push off by Thistlewood right in front of the official. Now blows by Stafford. Lay it up. Can't get it. No call. Aquel Cott comes out of there with the board. Aquel, shake and bake. 3 on the way. That's too strong. Boatwright with the rebound, but he pushed off a bar and got caught.
That's 4 on 3 on Brendan Boatwright. So he's done a good job in the second half not getting fouled.
Yeah, he got those 2 in the first couple of minutes of the game, Rick, and you said it at that time. He's the type of player, he won't get another one right away.
Absolutely.
And he does make it to the midpoint of the second half before he picks up another. It was a nice job rotating into the lane, keeping the body on Barr. LaRose fights for the rebound. Barr knocks it out of bounds.
And you know that's not the shot that Mines wanted to take. They took hardly any time off that clock at all. Fort Lewis an opportunity to cut it to 6, maybe 5 on this possession. And if they do, you could feel that momentum switch really fast.
Agbim working against Beskin. Gets a screen from Boatwright. Down the right side, he gets downhill. Goes for the lay-in, but Barr going to be called again. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, that's a big call right there. And great play by Obi Agbin to take advantage of this speed to get around the shoulder. We talk about being on the hip or the shoulder. He got around, and the guy had to reach. Kai Barr had to reach and fouled Obi, and he's a good free throw shooter.
Well, you should get coaching credits for this one, Rick. Skyhawks have turned the tide since they've started attacking the rim, which is what you said they needed to do.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you just have to. And my son is listening tonight, so I have to say hi to Ryan, and he would disagree with you regarding the coaching because I coached him in basketball, and, no, not so much. Good free throws there.
Broken clocks right twice a day, Ryan.
Every squirrel finds a nut, right? I mean, we could go on and on and on here. Full court pressure.
Couple of makes there, and now a timeout from Mines.
Burn another timeout. That's great.
I'll tell you what, the Skyhawks, this is a nice run.
Yeah, it is.
It's a nice run. Mines is reeling. This is the second timeout Orser's had to call during this run.
It's a 12-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. And, at some point, Orser's going to run out of timeout. You can't just keep calling timeouts. It's sort of what we talked about the other night when Jastorf was with us. It's like, boy, do you call timeout? You let them play through it. And we talked just 2 minutes ago about how Mines has this history of.
It's the psyche.
Yeah,
you have to call the timeouts because this is a team that has lost leads.
Right.
The Skyhawks, on the other hand, are teams that have come back from deficits this year, so you maybe don't call a timeout. You let them work through it. And all those times a week ago when I was questioning it, letting them work through it proved to be the right thing to do, and it's probably what's put the Skyhawks in a position to come back in this one.
Yeah, I mean, this game is by no means even close to being over. Just a 6-point deficit right now.
Boone Gives it to Schroeder. Schroeder.
That's a tough shot.
That's a tough jump shot over Boatwright. Riley Schroeder, the 6'7" junior from Orange, California.
Largest lead was 16 at 51-35, so it wasn't that long ago. 12:35 of the second half.
9 minutes to go, only 3.5 minutes later. The Skyhawks are within 8. They'd gotten within 6. Agbim pulls up at the free throw line. LaRose thought about a 3. Now to Agbim. Obi in deep, lay it up. Can't get it. That was everything but down. Schroeder the rebound.
How did that not go in?
Student section wanted a foul. I don't think there was one there. The shot just didn't drop.
How did that not go in? That was halfway down.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. And those were the rims in the first half for the Skyhawks. They softened up here in the second, but unkind to Obi Agbim there. Nice rebound from Scotty Stafford.
They're going to call Scotty with an elbow to the face
or
there.
Is it going to be Sullivan?
They're going to review it. They're going to review it to see if that was legit.
I mean, Sullivan was, again, position. Stafford had position. And position should count for something, right?
It should.
We
well,
will see.
In theory, that's how it should work, right? If you get position, then you have the opportunity to get the ball. And, boy, that's going to be a tough call. I think they're going to see if it's a flagrant foul, not just a foul, to see if it's a flagrant foul.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I think that was a tough one. We'll see. That one's bang, bang. We'll see which way it goes.
The Oscars are right around the corner.
Are they?
Yes,
I don't
they
even pay.
are.
Does anybody even watch those anymore?
No, nobody.
8:23 to go in this one. I hope you're still watching. 55-47. Colorado Mines leads the Fort Lewis College Skyhawks again. If you're watching on the RMAC network and the stream is cutting in and out on you, switch over to YouTube. Search for Fort Lewis College Athletics, and you can watch the game there. You can also follow us on Fort Lewis College Skyhawks on social media and find the link there to watch on YouTube. I hear that stream is smoother tonight.
Former alum of Fort Lewis watching tonight, Mark Glenn.
Okay.
So shout out to Mark Glenn.
Howdy, Mark.
Over in Arvada, Colorado. Says it's working much better on YouTube. So,
all right.
And you got to believe Mark. Honest guy, Mark. Here we go. Down by 8.
Is that really what they call him, or did you just make that up just now?
I totally made that up right now.
It was kind of awesome in the moment, though. No,
come on.
That's going to be the 4th foul on Boatwright, and that's a really, 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 really tough one.
Well, I mean, you know what? It's a lot of times, even if you slap at the ball, even if you get all ball, they're gonna call that, right?
Number 4 on Brendan, 55-47.
Big miss there.
It's an 8-point lead for Colorado School of Mines. The official's going to come over and tell Bobby to go sit down. Bobby's not really elevated, but he's not being quiet either.
1 of 2.
Second free throw is good for Thistlewood. The lead is back to 9, 56-47. Mines trying to fight off a charge from the Skyhawks. They've slowed down Aquel Cott after he scored those 10 straight.
Well, they're doing a box and 1, so they're going to have number 5, Sullivan, following Aquel Cott.
He got off there, and Cott sticks the shot over Thistlewood. The lead's down to 6.
It's a 2-possession game right now, and you're not going to outrun Q Mays down the court. I got news for you. So,
Boatwright almost steals that one.
That would have been huge.
He's out there. Boatwright's playing with 4 fouls right now. Tried to come up that steal. 7:44 to go. And the problem being is the Skyhawks have decided they have to keep 2 post players on the floor, which isn't something the Skyhawks have done. Most of the year they played 4 guards.
Their length for Mines is what's dictating the play of Fort Lewis with regards to rotation. And they were just
being normally they take Boatwright out with 4 fouls right now, but they're going to leave him and LaRose both out there.
Well, he's more of an offensive threat than, say, Dembele is. It looks like Junior Garber is going to check in.
Here comes Garber to come in for him, though.
They were getting eaten alive with that 4-guard lineup, though. I mean,
yeah, I'm a little concerned with this, and I've seen Junior and Scotty guard bigger players all year, but Junior going to have to dig deep and come up with something here because the length of Mines has been the difference here tonight. And you're right, that 4-guard set, Mines has done what they've had to do to keep Fort Lewis from being successful in it. They've taken away what Fort Lewis wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're at 7 minutes left, almost 8 minutes left. Fort Lewis 35% shooting. They're at 45% shooting. Fort Lewis 11-11 from the line. They're at 9 of 11 from the line. Both teams are great free throw shooting teams. They have 10 offensive rebounds, but they do have 8 more rebounds than Fort Lewis does.
Krasovich is off the floor right now, so Garbra will guard Thistlewood. He'll give up about 7 inches to it. Look at him battle, though. Keeps him away from the low block. Thistlewood going to try and take him off the dribble. He feeds Boone down low, and Mays nearly comes up with the steal. Loose ball ends up in Boone's hands. He loses it on the end line and out of bounds.
That's a good call by the official. He's right there.
Great hustle by Mays and Cott to keep that play alive. It looked like it was going to go against the Skyhawks, but Boone lost the handle.
Dykema back in for Boone. Boone was hot in the first half.
Yeah, he was. Skyhawks down by 6 now. They trailed by as many as 15. 16 with 12 and a half to go. 5 minutes later, down by 6. LaRose for 3. Too strong. The rebound ripped down out of there by Beskin.
And Brendan, he can hit those threes. You know, he's a 6'9" guy. He can hit those three-pointers. So not a bad look, really. No. There's a shot block. It's going to be off for it.
Boy, off of LaRose.
Talk about intimidation.
He is a smothering shot block right there.
Between him and Q Mays, the likelihood for success is pretty low.
Q's a heck of a leaper down there. Just so athletic. Beskin picks up the dribble to Sullivan. Agbim out to guard him. 7 on the shot clock. Dykema into the lane. Lay it up. Can't get it. LaRose keeps the rebound alive. Nearly stolen away by Schroeder, but the Skyhawks come up with it. Down by 6, 56-50. Cott calls for a screen from Garbra. Working against Thistlewood, one-on-one. Aquel into the lane, kick out to Mays. 16 on the shot clock. The Skyhawks will reset. A screen from LaRose. Q drops one defender, spins, left hand, no good. Leaves it short. Schroeder the rebound. They go to the floor. Schroeder gets it to Thistlewood, and here comes the Ore Diggers.
Great action there by both teams trying to get that ball.
Agbim challenges Thistlewood, and he ends the Skyhawks run. Skyhawks, a couple of chances to get it below 6, came up empty on 2 straight possessions. The lead's back to 8 with 6 minutes to go. Agbim off a screen from LaRose, into the lane, hangs, can't get that one to fall. The Rims have been really unkind to Obi tonight.
He's had a couple that have been in halfway and back out, and crowds on their edge of their seat. Most of them are standing, quite frankly.
Obi talking to himself a little bit, heading back down the floor. The rims have been rough to him tonight. Holy smokes, as he had several shots that looked like they were falling. Boatwright back in the game, playing with those 4 fouls. LaRose will get a break. 5:54 to go. Sullivan hits the first free throw. He can push the lead back to double digits if he hits this one. Still plenty of time.
Obi Agbin, just 2 of 9, 0 of 3 from the arc. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He's had a rough night.
But he's the kind who can hit 5 in a row. We've seen him do it I don't know how many times. It's a question of getting him hot. We've seen Cott heat up. Aquel's got 24. Mays out there. He wants a 3. That's too strong. Boatwright the rebound, and the putback's no good. Either Sullivan or Barr fouled him here. Let's see who they call it on. It's Barr, his 4th.
I have not seen Fort Lewis shoot this poorly all season. It's just amazing, and it's not their defense.
I think their length has something to do with it, Rick. I credit where credit is due. Those are some long arm galoots out there.
They are long. They do have some length to them, but like that last shot, that was not that highly contested. The Obi Agbin's couple shots, in and out. They just haven't been able to find the bottom of the net. And you got to have somebody like Boatwright step up, knock down a free throw, cut the lead to 9. Plenty of time left in this game, no doubt about it.
Yep. Boat stops the bleeding.
Going to be a nail biter for sure.
LaRose is going to check in for Boatwright if he makes this free throw, and he does.
First round of the playoffs going to start on Tuesday. We don't have a time
I
yet.
think we're watching them right now. First round of the playoffs.
Okay.
For the Skyhawks, but no,
Yeah.
seriously, the first round of the playoffs start here Tuesday night at 6 p.m.
It is?
I believe, yep.
Is that?
6 p.m. game time Tuesday night, Angela?
Yep.
We don't know who we play yet, but it'll be here. Dykman. Down low, that's Krasovic. Krasovic working against LaRose. The kick out and the three from Beskind is good. Boy, Beskind, his first bucket, and it came at a big moment for Colorado Mines from the Stanford transfer.
Yeah.
Agman, he had Stafford wide open, cutting through the lane, didn't see him.
11-point lead.
His head up in lane, strip taken away by Beskind. I think Sullivan with the strip. Beskind ends up with the steal. That was a big turnover. Mines.
A little bit of over dribble there, I think, by Q Mays into the lane.
Sullivan. A bucket by Mines here is going to make it tough for the Skyhawks. Down low, Thistlewood stepped on the line, out of bounds.
Well, they've done that 3 or 4 times. Boatwright's going to check back in. LaRose out.
4:38 to play.
Q Mays is breathing pretty hard out there. He's put a lot of minutes in tonight.
63-52. Skyhawks trail by 11.
30 minutes on the court for Q Mays. We got to get caught from the outside. Somebody's got to get hot.
Caught in the corners, had trouble coming up with the
There you
ball
go.
lead, and that's a great move by Boatwright. Boat, despite the foul trouble, in double digits now with 10. Let's see how long he can stay on the floor. Let's see if Mines feeds Krasovic down low and tries to get Boatwright off the floor. That's what I'd do.
And it's certainly a good strategy and something that I'm sure Brendan is aware of also.
He follows Krasovic up onto the arc. To Krasovic again, 3 on the way.
Wow.
That's good. That's a big, big shot by Adam Krasovic. He has 18, the lead School of Mines. They've got a 12-point lead. Caught, double-teamed in the corner, gets it back to Boatwright on a wing.
Well, it's not like Krasovic can hit from the outside. 43% on the season. So it
Yeah,
should
he's
be
a
no
tough
surprise.
guard. Mays for 3, forced it a little bit. And Mines now going to take the air all the way out of the ball. A little over 3.5 to play and a 12-point lead for the team from Golden. Looking to snatch the RMAC championship away from the Skyhawks. That'd be a heck of a way to avenge 3 straight losses to this Fort Lewis team. Thistlewood spins away from Stafford and loses it along the end line.
You know, I like how they let the smaller player be aggressive to the offensive player. You just can't, you know, when you're 7 inches taller, you just can't be banging into somebody and take advantage of it. You should be able to take advantage of it without doing that. So that's good officiating by this crew. Now we got to be talking about, okay, fouling. What do we do about fouling? Who's on the court? We've got Beskin on the court, 82% free throw shooter. We've got
Dykma.
Dykma is 88% free throw shooter. Thistlewood is, let me get here. Oh, here we go. 72%. So right now he's the guy.
Krasovic out there.
Krasovic is 71%.
And
so
Sullivan will be the 5th.
is, let's see here. Sullivan is at 80%. So, and I'm not going to go to Krasovic because the guy is like unconscious tonight, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't want to send the hot beast to the line. Yeah, this is one of those teams, there's not a real good fouling option. Thistlewood, I guess, is your best bet.
Yep.
But, 3:20 to go. Skyhawks are still going to need stops, too.
They're going to need stops, and, you know, they've got to convert on their end with ease. They got to take quick shots, maybe drive to the basket, and then they've got to put some defensive stops together down by 12.
Caught off a couple of screens. Thistlewood guarding him. Gives it to Boatwright. Dries his hand on his jersey. Double team.
There you go.
There's going to be a foul on Krasovic. The big boy leans over Boatwright and picks up his second. Boat will go to the line, shoot a couple. No, just the 1 and 1. That's the 9th team foul on mine, so it'll be double bonus the rest of the way for the Skyhawks.
Well, and on the night, Fort Lewis 13 of 13 from the free throw line on the season. They are number 4 at 75%.
Boatwright keeps them perfect.
Boatwright as a free throw shooter is 10th in the conference at 78%. So he's a guy you want on the line as they try and cut into this lead.
Boat with 11, looking for his 12th and gets it.
Now they can get a couple of turnovers on this full court pressure.
It's kind of a loose press. They were looking to trap, but Sullivan a nice job dribbling quickly past the timeline. Quick shot from Dykma. And a big rebound for Q Mays. Skyhawks down by 10. Agbim looking for his first three of the night. Cannot get it. Boatwright the rebound.
In there. Oh.
Couldn't get the three-point play, but he's fouled.
That was a collective groan by all 2,800 people in the auditorium. Even the Mines.
Yeah.
Even the Mines people were groaning on that one. But very little time off the clock, and could cut this down to 8, which is nothing with 2:40 left.
66-56. Boatwright looking for his 13th point. Gets it. Rattles that one home.
Boone coming back in.
Dykma checks off. Dykma with 3 fouls to the bench. Boone comes back on the floor with only 2. He was really, really hot in the first couple of minutes. Has cooled off considerably. I don't think he's hit a bucket since those first few minutes. Boatwright.
How big are those free
at
throws?
The free throw line has the Skyhawks within 8. Oh, Beskin
I thought that was a walk.
Almost walked again. Full court pressure from the Skyhawks. Sullivan back to Beskin, and again, boy, he takes off almost before he starts his dribble. Boone. Krasovich, Thistlewood, wide open, overplay by Cott on the perimeter.
Back cut.
Easy bucket.
Yeah, backdoor cut by him, and Cott got a little bit stuck behind him and got beat for that basket. Oh, my.
Agbim fouled big by Sullivan, who had no chance of keeping up with him. Sullivan's been quiet. He's only got 6 points and now 3 fouls.
Well, he's their leading scorer, 13 and a half points a game, but I just didn't understand that foul there because, you know, it's better to give up the basket and let the clock run than it is to stop the clock and put a good free throw shooter at the line.
Free throws, the reason the Skyhawks still have a chance, quite frankly, with 2:11 to go.
I'm not going to say what they are on the night because I don't want to jinx them. There we go.
Agbim rattles that one home. Garbra going to check in for Boatwright, so they'll go small ball.
Well, and you know what this means.
Who's going to guard Krasovich?
Well, this is going to mean that they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on double teams trying to create a quick turnover.
Playing the clock game right now. Ooh, boy, they almost got a turnover. And then
looked like
right at half court, Garbra with the quick foul.
That looked like an over and back almost, because if you dribble on the line and go back to the backcourt, then that's going to be over and back. 8-point game here. So it's going to boil down to free throws. You got to start now, right?
2:01. I like the way the Skyhawks are playing it, though. They're going to go for the turnover in backcourt or the 10-second call or a trap and foul immediately if they don't get one of those things. So each possession, Mines is going to get 10 seconds or the Skyhawks are going to give themselves 10 seconds to come up with a turnover, and then they'll foul. Good job by Garber to foul immediately after it got across half court there.
Yeah, right now, Krasovich with 18 points, their leading scorer. Thistlewood with 16 points. For Fort Lewis, Aquel Cott with 24, Boatwright with 14, Q Mays with 10. Kai Barr has 4 fouls. Boatwright and Stafford both with 4 fouls for Fort Lewis. 6 assists and 7 turnovers for the Skyhawks, which is uncharacteristic for them. They have 13 assists and 11 turnovers, and that's probably part of the game, quite frankly, is that they've done a very good job of taking care of the ball. They're number 1 in assist to turnover ratio at 1.67. Fort Lewis number 4 at 1.08.
New Mexico Highlands keeping it interesting. They lead UCCS 62-57 with 12 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, that's over.
Down in Las Vegas.
Well, again, 8-point lead.
2:01 to go.
Got number 4, Beskin, at the line, and 82% free throw shooter. We'll see if he can convert here.
So 1 and 1. He hits the first one. 18 fouls on the Skyhawks. Fort Lewis in the double bonus the rest of the way. Beskin pushes the lead to 9, can make it 10 here, and he does. Boatwright going to check back into the game for Garbra. Mines is going to counter with Krasovich.
Krasovich comes in with 2 fouls, 18 points.
10-point lead for the Ore Diggers.
This good coaching by Orser to make sure that Fort Lewis touches that ball, not to let it roll down court. They got to get a quick shot off. They can't, there it is.
Agbim with a screen from Stafford. Obi, and look out.
Here we go.
Look out, because if Obi can go, this game's going to get close in a hurry. Skyhawks back within 7 now. Mays in backcourt, can't force the steal. Beskin dribbles away from trouble, now gets it to Thistlewood. That's the guy to foul, honestly, is Thistlewood. Beskin working against Agbim, picks up his dribble, throws it down low. Thistlewood, bank it up, can't get it. Stafford steals the rebound. That's a big possession.
Huge possession, 1:18 left, Fort Lewis.
Caught for 3. It's no good. Long rebound. Mays saves it. They say he stepped on the end line.
Wow. Good action there.
Yeah, Skyhawks needed a bucket after getting a stop at the other end.
If they could have hit that 3, woo, whole different ball game.
It's a 7-point lead right now. Beskin back to Thistlewood. Again, the guy to foul is Thistlewood. Yeah, Stafford's playing with 4, though. So Scotty probably not going to do it. Nice job getting it back to Beskin. Under a minute to play now. And Mays goes after Beskin, called for the foul.
Second foul on Q Mays.
57
points.
Seconds to go.
It's going to be tough for Fort Lewis to pull this one out. They just couldn't crack that nut. They got close on so many occasions. So let's talk about this now. If Fort Lewis loses this, they're going to be playing, they're going to be co-champions, but really sort of, oh my. That's just bad defense by Fort Lewis.
You can't give that rebound up right there. That was the last 1 and 1 of the game, and the Skyhawks had a chance. Agbim looking for a 3-point play and going to get it. He's fouled on the floor, and honestly, Mines with that foul, giving the Skyhawks a chance to hang around a little longer. Stop the clock with 49 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to foul immediately on the inbounds pass at this point to stop that clock.
Agbim hits the first free throw. Obi hit that big 3. He's got 12. Can bring it back to a 7-point lead here. And doesn't. First miss at the free throw line all night for the Skyhawks. Boone in backcourt is fouled by Agbim. They do call that one pretty quickly.
Some of the fans,
you know, they are starting to walk out. 72-64. Lead could go back to 10 here if Boone hits them both. You know, we've seen plenty of teams over the years. You don't know. Sometimes running on too good of a run into the postseason isn't necessarily a good thing. Sooner or later, you stub your toe. I mean, you never want to lose, but let's talk about ways, let's do the half-full thing. This loss, you know, a little bit of a wake-up call. The Skyhawks learned something tonight that they can prepare for and not get surprised by someone in the tournament. I mean, Mesa can do a lot of the same things as this Mines team can do. And the Skyhawks are going to have to make some adjustments if they want to win the RMAC title or the RMAC tournament title.
Well, I think the big thing is they've got to address this depending on the team that they're playing. You know, if it's a team with a lot of length, you look at your substitution pattern a little bit differently, because that's really where mine sort of took over was, you know, you got a 6 foot guy or 6'1" guy guarding a 6'7" guy, and nothing against the player or his ability. It's just completely based on size. And, you know, coach has got to be really bummed out about tonight's performance. And the other thing is they just didn't shoot well, and this is a really good shooting team. You know, they're number one in offense. They come in 85 points a game. They're held to 64. And although the length made some difference.
It did, but no, they just flat.
Yeah,
the rims were unkind tonight.
Yeah.
And so good. Get that out of your system. Hopefully it's the only one of these we'll face. Boatwright almost knocks that three down from the corner. And 25 seconds to go. The Skyhawks are going to walk it up. Beskin gets it to Boone.
Big win.
The crowd is filing out. It's a huge win for Colorado School of Mines. Players are going to separate a little bit.
I have no idea why Beskin went up to Q Mays and said anything at all.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know either. The clock is still running, and the coaches are already shaking hands and looking to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, too. It's not the outcome we wanted, Rico Block, but
well,
the Skyhawks, co-champions of the RMAC, 25-3 record on the regular season, will be hosting the first round here at 6 o'clock Tuesday night. We got that to look forward to.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a big deal, and Fort Lewis can just put it back together, wrap it all in a package, and get back to winning. And you're right, you know, at some point somebody's going to stumble. It was unfortunate it was tonight, but, you know, still 25-3 in a conference with 4 teams in the top 20.
Yeah.
That's nothing to be upset about, and certainly want to hang your hat and congratulate the team for as good as they played.
And oh, what an RMAC tournament it's going to be.
Oh, boy.
Woo, coming your way, starting Tuesday night at 6 o'clock.
And it could be anybody. I mean, this
It really could.
It could be anybody.
It really could. The hottest team in the RMAC right now is Mesa.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, we'll see what they do.
Sure, Black Hills State knows how to recover. We know the Skyhawks can recover, and all of a sudden Mines gets a signature win to set themselves up for a postseason run. It's going to be an interesting week in the RMAC. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. For Sports Information Director Angela Roberts, her assistant Hayden Mangan, my sidekick Rico Block, this is Bob Bonner. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again Tuesday night. Until then, keep soaring, folks.